Welcome to Best Laid Schemes, where we're playing Mythic Odysseys of Theros. No, where we're playing D&D, but in the Mythic Odysseys of Theros setting. I've done that like 22 times now. I should have got it right by now. With me are Adrian, Darren, Jill, and Mark. And where we left the party, they had just arrived at the polis of Akros, one of the three great human, civilized polis in the world of Theros. And you were here looking for the third and final, you believe, Loom sister, worshippers of the goddess of fate, Clothis, who seem to be conspiring against the polis. So, after a comfortable night's sleep in an inn for the first time in quite a while, several days, since travelling from Setessa, you wake and you are woken by the sound of shouting. Traders shouting down in the street, the bustle of carts moving up and down the city. You can hear distantly the sound of soldiers drilling, and just the general hubbub of civilization for a change. What would you like to do today?
What were we here for again? Oh.
We needed to talk to the regent, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Does anybody know the way?
There's no big place.
I'm
You should know. You live here.
Wasn't Damon meant to come back and wasn't he trying to get us an interview?
An audience, I believe we'll call it.
I don't think we had any actual ideas on how to sort of find out where Ptolemy might be in the city. So either we could have just looked around to see if there's anything weird happening, or I don't know.
Hey, Shade, you're pretty good at getting the word from the street, aren't you? You know, go for a wander, have a chat with a few people.
Yeah, I recognised people yesterday as we came in that are definitely not on the up and up. So, yeah, should we take a walk? Go find breakfast?
Sounds like a plan.
And
Yeah,
then I can
let's
see
go
if we can
about the
find
local
anybody.
eating
That might be
establishments.
a useful thing.
Okay. You go. You leave the inn. The streets are bustling. This is a thriving city. There are most of the people here are in some way associated with the lectoi. There are lectoi and their servants who are quite often former lectoi. Most of the and then there are a few serfs doing cleaning and menial jobs and moving carts around the city and so on. Most of the serfs live outside the city walls, in farming communities and so forth. So, you from where you are in the inn, you are within sight of the Temple of Triumph, the great arena at the centre, at the heart of the city, and heading in that direction, there the great circular street that rings the arena is lined with vendors selling food and souvenirs and all sorts of bits and pieces. What are you looking for? Any sort of breakfast in particular?
What's the local specialty, Pims?
Well, I mean, I was doing a lot of training here, so I used to kind of like get bits of protein shakes, things like that. But you know, you can probably pick up something a bit more palatable.
Is that where
What-
you pick a sausage up and shake it?
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what you do. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
So, but I think there was a patisserie nearby. I think pick up some cake.
Yeah, I mean, doing a lap of the street, you pass all sorts of stores. There are also several taverns right here. Even though the games, it's not currently the season for the Eroan games,
oh.
unfortunately, but there are still plenty of people milling around the arena. There's Pims, you would know that there's always something going on all year round. The games is a highlight and like a big sort of focal point of the year, but the arena is constantly in use, at the very least for training and drilling. But often in the evenings there are contests of strength and battles going on, but for less prestigious awards than the Eroan Games.
I'm going to flick a gold at Pims. Go catch. You're going to go and get food, and I'm going to go and see if I can find somebody who might know what's going on in the city.
You betcha.
So can I see anybody?
Okay,
Right, confused.
make a perception roll. Go on.
Oh, hang on a sec. That's a D10. No, I don't want that. Ooh, that's not bad. That's 18 plus 22.
22, right. You have a quick glance around and you can immediately pick out two pickpockets operating over in the thickest part of the crowd. Also another an urchin in a side street just watching. You think he might be a spotter for the pickpockets. There is also you see the same boy that you saw near the gates, who is sitting on a pile of crates by a fruit vendor munching on an apple.
Okay, I'll use some thieves' cant to see if he'll come over to talk to me.
Okay. He do you want to make a persuasion roll just to see if you what are you gonna say to him in thieves' cant? Just literally come here, or are you gonna
need information.
Okay.
And that is 22.
Okay.
I have +8 to persuasion, so I'm
With his empty hand, you see him surreptitiously sign back, "It'll cost."
Well, I just signed to him here now.
Okay. You were persuasive. He hops down off his fruit crate and strolls generally in your direction, just casually. And once he's within about 10 feet, he says, "What do you need to know?"
Well, the heroes that I'm with, we've been to the underworld and back. We've fought Returned and Hydras, and now there seems to be something going on in your city, and I needed to know what was going on. You'll be paid for information. But if I find out you lied to me, then, you know, it won't be good.
There's no profit in cheating paying customers. Show me your gold. I can tell you what I know.
Think of me more like a friend than a paying customer.
Are you offering favor?
Not at the moment, but you know, we might be in a position to help at some point. But gold for now.
You want to know of things going on in the city?
Well, I'll let him know that about the other Loom sisters, and I'll describe what we think this one is like. Say what her name is.
Okay.
Has there any you know, anything odd been happening? Or is there someone else I can talk to if they don't have the information I need?
Well, you're not offering gold.
No, I will. I will, but I need to know the information's important enough first.
Well...
In fact, I've got better than gold. I've got gems.
Gems? Show me.
I've got... Yeah. So yeah, I'll take one of the gems out of my pack.
His eyes light up at this. All right. Well, let me see. You're new to the city. The regent has not
I
been.
am. One of my party isn't.
I saw you all arrive yesterday. How long have you
Have you not heard of Pims the Gladiator? I mean, he tells me that he's very famous here. How far away are they now?
He's about 6 foot away, just beyond arm's reach.
No, I meant Pims. How far is Pims away?
You haven't moved very far away from the others. They could quite easily wander over if they wanted. Are you actually sort of like talking directly to this boy, or are you doing a kind of like casual sort of like looking at someone's wares and like talking over your shoulder?
Well, we're not talking about anything in particular at the moment, so it's pretty open. So yeah, I'll call Pims over.
I do remember you.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, I was about to go and see if I could get some cakes.
Have you not done it already?
You just walked away just a second ago. I've been talking to Esther. Hi.
I was just talking to... I don't know what your name is.
Bear with me.
Urchin number 1.
I'm Lito.
Sorry?
Lito.
Lito.
Yes.
Lito might be able to give us some information, but Pims, you know this place better than the rest of us, so I thought you'd be more useful for him to talk to.
Lito looks at you, Pims, says, I remember you. I won money betting on you.
Absolutely guaranteed to win every time. Good investment.
Are you going to be fighting?
Come on, in. What do you do? Sorry?
Are you going to be fighting while you stay in the city?
In
the arena,
not planning to. No, do you? If
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will.
Probably won't be a kind of fight that you'd be able to put a bet on, though. You know, off the books, so to speak.
I know where you could find that kind of fight if you're interested.
I look across at Dericles with a big smile.
Are you going to call Dericles over now as well?
Dericles just standing some distance away.
By the way,
confused.
yes, sorry, I should mention this. By the way, Dericles, you will have noticed people giving you a fairly wide berth as you move through the streets, and a few people giving you fairly foul looks.
I'll just give people a general cheery hello as I pass by them and things.
Okay.
It's really winding me up that they're doing that to him. And every time I see someone do it, I stand in between Dericles and the person and glare at them back.
Okay.
So this Leto, is he called?
Yeah.
What's my name?
How old's this Leto?
He looks to be about 14, 15.
14, okay. So, alright, is he quite tall then, or is he like
He's fairly tall. He's surprisingly well built for you assume a street urchin.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to slap him on the shoulder and say, "Hey, whippersnapper, won't be long before you're in there, I bet." Now, have you got any info for us?
I think I have. Yes. Let's see. How long have you been away? If you know the city.
It has been a while, and I explained to him how long it's been.
Yes, you.
So
have, let's see. Let's say it's probably been about a year or so.
Yeah.
Total.
So it's been a while, but has much changed? Is things stable? Politically.
Oh, politically, Regent is still holding her own against the bitchy Lectoi families. Let's see. Things
Nothing
that
weird happened.
Things that are new. There's a new priest at the Temple of Prosperity. You would know, Pins, that is the Temple of Afara within the city. He's a Minotaur. Not very popular. But there's been a couple of assassination attempts.
Ooh, on who?
Of the priest?
Yes.
Assassination attempts on the priest, did you say?
Yes.
Do
Rumor
you
has
think
it.
it's got-
Rumor has it.
Do you think it's...
The priest is from Scophos. Pims and Dericles, you would both recognise that name as the Minotaur City, some way north in the Badlands.
He's a bit of a long way from home, isn't he? A bit like my mate over here.
Leto looks Dericles up and down, but he doesn't. Giving more of an appraising look.
Give him a cheery wave.
Are you going to be fighting?
Huh?
Bribe him with some milk.
In the arena?
You never know.
Or
Yeah, he probably will.
But, yeah, that would be fun.
I'll keep an eye on you two.
If there's no other way of getting to see the Regent, is there anyone sort of bribable that would be able to get us a meeting?
Wait.
I'm just saying, if in case. And it's also worth knowing if there's any of the politicians around the Regent that are bribable, in case somebody else bribes them.
There's
So
always
do you know if there's
somebody
anyone?
bribable.
Right.
That, however,
But there's no one in particular.
that information, however, will cost you.
We'll pay the
How
boy.
much?
That shiny bauble is very pretty.
I'll throw him 2.
2 of the gems.
Yeah. How many gems were there? You just said there were gems. It was worth 120 gold. So.
Oh, that will be like a pouch full of them.
Which
so
is-
that we're containing maybe 20 to 30.
Okay.
So they're not like priceless gems, but they have some value.
All right. Yeah, I'll throw him 2.
Okay. He actually.
Pretty enough.
Oh god! Right, he's so surprised he catches the first one and drops the second, and immediately drops and scrabbles in the dust for it, and pockets them quickly, and looks around. All right. Well,
Someone needs
you
to do a bit of practicing. And I'm gonna take another one of the gems and run it through my fingers with my sleight of hand. And then it disappears back into the pouch without me seeing.
all right. Word on the street is that there is a conspiracy between the families Andino, Kappas, and Raptis to try to unseat the regent.
And
Families.
somebody's making notes.
The families Lycaeos and Dracos are loyal to the regent.
Lycos, and what was the other one?
Lycaeos and Dracos.
Okay.
Rumour has it that it is the Raptis family that orchestrated the most recent assassination attempt against the priest of Ephara, the Minotaur. The Lectoi are not happy with the. I've never been happy with the regent running things, but she runs a tight ship.
So
However,
what is it about this priest that's really ruffling feathers?
they're a Minotaur.
And?
Well, he looks at Dericles. No offense, but a lot of these folks spend their days fighting, raiding Minotaurs from Skophos. There are not many in the city.
Okay. Right, you can find us if there's any more information or if I need you.
Yes.
We're at the... What was it? Was it the Grapes and Bench?
Yeah.
We're at? Yeah,
that
we're at the
place?
Grapes
Yeah.
and Bench.
I thought you could
Leave
do
me a
better than
message
that.
there. Sorry?
I thought you could do better than that.
You should have seen the place we started off at.
It's a... yeah,
Really
let's...
doubt
I can find you. You're easy to spot. Real easy.
Really? Hold a sec. Can I just try and hide now? Come on.
Okay, make a roll.
I'm not you. Oh, right, right. Fingers crossed this is a good one, otherwise I'm going to look stupid. 9. 16?
16. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Shay turns to walk away, and just as she does so, sort of like a couple of groups of people sort of like walk past, masking her, and when they pass again, she's completely gone. Leto kind of glances around first, and then says, "All right, she's pretty good."
Someone's stolen shade.
But he looks at Dericles and says, "I think you're going to have difficulty melting into the crowd, though. Take care."
Yeah, I'm all right.
And then
Well, they
Leto retreats into a crowd, but you can see him sort of like weaving between people as he runs away.
Bye! See ya.
Been doing
So-
that. I've been getting bread and honey and some fresh cooked meat for breakfast.
Okay.
You need them. You need the gold piece off of Pim's.
No, I've got it this time.
No, yeah. But I gave Pim's. I don't want him to have money on him. So get the. Sorry, what was that?
I'm just flicking it back to you. Ding.
Oh,
Got some milk, Deracles. I didn't know what
thank-
you guys wanted to
thank you,
drink,
Hester.
but that's all right. What would you like to drink?
Typical breakfast would be watered wine and bread.
There you go.
A water, wine, and bread cocktail, please.
no,
piece,
you
of,
had
piece of
pastries.
bread just
There
sort of like shoved on the edge of the glass.
were definite pastries. Somebody said pastries.
Yes, there are. I mean, there's all manner of different
Yeah.
foodstuffs. There's fruits, vegetables, breads, wine. There's probably some.
How much did you hear, Hester?
Busy getting this bread.
Oh,
And
it
meat.
looks like the lectoi, the nobles. Some of them are okay. Some of them seem to be plotting against the regent. But I think maybe we should go and look at this new priest at the Temple of Prosperity. He's a minotaur.
Well, yeah, I'd like to pay my respects. I mean, I'm not the most pious of people, but I do actually follow Ifara. I don't know if anybody knew that.
Oh, do
So,
you? What's she like?
It's kind of more my mum and dad's thing, you know. I just go along with it, really. But
Oh.
yeah, it seems alright. Don't know.
While
So I
they're
should go pay
talking,
my respects.
while they're
Sorry,
talking, can Deracles sneak over to one of the like memorabilia stalls?
Yeah. Yeah, you can try.
I'll make a stealth roll. I'm
Yeah,
trying not to be seen by them.
By whom?
By the rest of the party.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That'll be easier. Yeah. Standard
that's
stealth rolls.
That's a 6.
Okay. Yes.
Is he
The rest of you-
tiptoeing?
The rest of you notice sort of like Deracles sort of like sidling slowly away in a most unusual manner.
is he heading towards the commemorative tea towels?
Have you got any money on you, Deracles? I
Yeah.
thought I had your money as well.
Yeah. Are you shouting this to me? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. All right. I'm gonna kind of go to the stall holder and say, "Do you have any Pim's memorabilia?
Oh.
Oh.
A little statue or a poster or anything?"
Who?
Famous speculator, Pim's. Look, him over there.
No, sorry, I don't know him.
No, he's not been around for a while, so maybe he's like in old stock or a bargain bin or anything. I don't know, but
Down to the back page of a faded annual.
Oh, how? Very
but he was a champion here a year or so ago. Got to have some
last
kind of
year?
statue of
I
him.
don't know. We have to keep our merchandise current. You know, if he didn't fight in the last games, then
Well, could you have a
Sorry.
look, please? I'll come back tomorrow. I'm going to try and intimidate him.
okay, make a roll.
bargain.
That's 23.
Oh, okay. Okay, he recoils from you and says, I will see what I can do. All right.
Good. Thank
I'm sorry.
Is that going to be Pimsy's new nickname?
you. Bargain bin.
Oh, no.
I'll surreptitiously sidle back to the party as if nothing has happened in the meantime.
Okay.
Oh.
Hester, did you get any sausages?
No, it's sliced.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Did you want sausages? I can
No.
go.
For his protein shake.
The
Yeah.
dipping sausage. You want a dipping sausage?
He needs to-
I'm going to go up and ask if they've got any dipping sausages.
They will have
Apparently that's a
some
thing here.
sort of. They will have some sort of meat, like meat-based street food. Yeah.
I have already provided him with meat-based
Oh, okay.
street food. He specifically wants.
Specifically, dipping sausage.
Dipping with
Okay.
Oh, I meant to ask Leto if VegCon had come back.
We can ask him later.
What you will
Yeah.
find is some like honey glazed pork.
This is
Sounds good.
a bit different. There's honey all over the bread as well, so it might be a bit much.
A bit sticky.
But you know,
Yes, it's Okay. Are you going to eat in the street, or are you going to find somewhere to sit and have a picnic?
Yeah. There must be somewhere nearby.
Let me think.
There must be benches or something for
Can we
people
actually
to.
go inside the temple of Triumph? I think they'd like, I'd like to show them.
Yeah, you can certainly go into the entrance. There is, let's see, they don't generally allow the public in when there isn't some sort of a show on, but it's
This
not...
isn't the public. This is Pims, the gladiator, and party.
I'm going to walk
Yeah.
in as if I am absolutely...
You do recognise. I mean, there are some guards there who look bored. Basically, a couple of Oromai are posted there, and they try to send you away, but you do recognise the woman in the behind the stalls, who is trying to sell tickets to this evening's contest. There's some sort of wrestling match slated for this evening, and you're pretty sure that she was still selling tickets when you left.
Yeah, seems like the same old place. Let's go and grab a seat in the on the benches and enjoy the food.
Okay, yeah. Since the woman recognises you, she nods to the Oromai to let you pass, and you can go in. And yeah, Pims, how does it feel to be back in your old haunt with your new friends?
Feels good. Yeah, I think kind of reminded of all the events that happened here, all the a lot of pride for the moments of triumph I had here. So I'm feeling good. Just gonna point to different bits of the arena floor and go, oof, had quite a fight just there, I tell you.
If only it was documented somehow.
When I started using the net, and just over there, I got punched right in the face.
Is that your blood over there?
Probably. Yeah. They probably wouldn't have cleaned it up because, it's mine. That's draw the crowd for that.
When gladiators come out, I heard that there's a fanfare. Does everyone have a special fanfare of their own?
Yeah.
You have a kind of theme tune for you specifically?
Yeah, they did.
How does it
Yeah,
Mm.
we can get one for you.
go? Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Do-do-do-do-do. Something like that.
Mm. Sounds good.
And they can play it on horns.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh. So is this fighting to the death?
Well, no, you can yield. You know.
Oh, okay. So basically, you've got an arena where you can just run round after each other and hit each other.
Yeah, it's great fun.
Sounds great.
It is. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
But they can't get very far when they run.
Is this where you sort of got the habit of taking your shirt off? All these sweaty men running around chasing after each other.
You know, as the gods intend, you are supposed to fight naked.
Huh?
So, but you know, for modesty, we usually wear something on our lower portions. But otherwise, yeah, we'd be stripped and oiled, ready to go.
Okay, Hester's laughing.
Shade has nothing to say.
I'm
She's speechless.
Hester's trying really, really hard not to laugh in front of Pims and completely failing. Okay.
As Pims is explaining this, walking you around the circular arena, a group of semi-naked Stratians march into the arena and begin drilling with their spears and shields. But they're not wearing any armor, just loincloths.
Yeah,
That's really daft, though, because I could get them all from here.
Hardly
All you need is
of the game. I mean, I would be considered cheating.
Not to the death, is it? No.
No. Also, it's.
I wonder if I could shoot their feet from here.
It's, you know, really, you're talking. It's not. It's more hand-to-hand combat, not like
Is it?
in the distance shooting at you. Combat. That's a different thing altogether.
You would, Pims, you would know that there are occasionally archery contests as well, and that certainly forms part of the games. Often on horseback, and so I mean there's a wide variety of kind of like feats of strength and acrobatics that are respected. Basically anything that is mostly military, military focused stuff, but frankly anything that is sort of like entertaining is also popular with people. So
yeah, I'll tell you what, Shade. There was this little fella, right? I mean, he was just, he wasn't much taller than the kid, and he'd just stand there really quietly, and he'd shoot an arrow at him, and he'd just go, catch it. Super impressive. Super impressive.
Mm.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember my nice little glove I've got?
No.
No?
No. Have you got one? Can you catch them as well?
Yeah, I've got a glove of missile snaring.
Yeah, but he didn't have a fancy
So he
glove. Just did it with his hand.
Sure.
He didn't have a fancy glove. He was all, he concentrated really hard.
Yeah.
Very well trained. It was very impressive.
So did anybody stab him while he was catching the...
That wasn't part of the work. Look, this is entertainment.
I'm not sure I understand this entertainment.
No, I don't think you do. Do they not have like games in Nick's?
I don't remember. I don't remember anything of Nick's. But to be honest, if you're going to fight someone, you want them dead. You know?
Well, not if it's a game.
See, I don't understand. I don't understand. If I'm going to spend the energy fighting someone, they're not going to get up. What's the point in doing it otherwise?
You see, I think what we describe your situation as is on-the-job training.
Yeah,
It's kind of more pure training.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
It's a different way of working, that's all.
So I see. So it's like when I learned how to pick pockets.
Yeah. Well, I
Then
don't
that
know.
sort of, I wouldn't actually pick someone's pocket. They would, you'd have a dummy and bells.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, yeah, like that.
Yeah. So it's sort of I see.
Yeah.
So do the people who aren't very good at this, do they get killed?
Can happen. Yeah, it can happen.
Okay. So it's not the way of doing it that if you're really rubbish at it, that's it.
And, you're supposed to yield, but sometimes people get caught up in it, they lose their heads, they kind of forget, get cocky. Can happen.
Round for actual heads when he says that.
There's none visible in the arena, but there are some sort of unpleasant-looking bloodstains.
Okay.
Okay. So
Where are we going to go now, then? Are we going to go to this temple, did you say?
Yeah. So
What was the name of the temple again?
Temple of Prosperity.
yeah.
Oh, that was it. Of course.
Let me find you the map.
You know the you were saying which of the lectoi were disloyal and which ones were loyal.
Mm-hmm.
Which, because you gave us all the animal things, but I don't know which ones are which.
Yes.
So which is the ball?
Let me check. Sorry, I've got to look up which the
Sorry.
animal heads. Please continue while I find out that specific bit of information. Not as prepared as I thought I was.
Temple of Prosperity. We'll have to give a donation then, I guess.
No, maybe you get one.
Oh, you think they hand money out to people because they're so prosperous?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Would be my sort of temple.
And you say there's a Minotaur priest there.
Well, that's what Leto said,
Hmm.
and that he's had some assassination attempts against him.
It's a bit rude.
But we don't know what he's like. I mean, are all Minotaur like you? Or are they all sort of
Haven't really met
quite
any
gentle
others.
and polite?
No, I don't know. I haven't really met any other Minotaurs.
I don't think any of them could be like Dericles. He's one of a kind. I mean, look at him.
My parents are, well, I was adopted, you see. My parents are human.
Do you know, I never knew that. When you talk
So-
about your parents, you never, I'm sure
Well,
we didn't say.
No, well, just a bit about the fishing village stuff, but
Yeah, I didn't know that Minotaurs could fish. That was the thing.
well, neither did I, but I've been taught how to. But yeah, I was brought up by human parents, so I haven't really met other Minotaurs much. I've heard stories about them, and a lot of them don't seem to be very nice. But I would have
Doesn't
thought
the
that.
salt water cause havoc with your fur?
Well, not really. It just kind of rolls off it, but
So,
dry quickly. Quite high body temperature. Yeah, the Minotaurs around here, some of them aren't supposed to be very nice, but this one probably is if he's a priest.
you never know. You could be related.
Maybe.
Well, they might know who you know. Depends whether you want to know more about your background.
Maybe.
I don't remember anything about mine, so.
Adrienne, you didn't ask Leto about these the family crests, and so it will be difficult.
But would I have known the words? Because the names is what I'm saying.
Oh, the names.
Do they mean the?
They don't. No, they don't mean the.
Would I have known which one the boar was?
The boar was
which was Damon's.
Damon's family.
Would he have actually said what his family was, or did he not? I can't remember. That was all I said.
I don't think he actually mentioned it.
Okay.
Because nobody asked him, because I didn't have to make it up on the spot. But
right. Let's
you could ask around, or you could ask guards, because most of the
I don't like talking to guards.
Okay. Most of the Oromai are wearing blue and gold armor, but the armor varies depending on their particular family.
Right.
So they all have the same sort of armor, but with different crests emblazoned on it.
Okay. Are we wandering off to this? Do you know where this temple is, Pims? Do you remember where it is?
Yeah, I will do, won't I?
Yeah, you will. You will have been there before. There used to be an old lady who was the high priest of that temple, who was very kind to you, but which is why one of the reasons that you felt that Ephara was the goddess of the moment, and but it's obviously it's been a while since you left, so but yeah, the temple of Ephara is let me just check where it is. Okay, it is at the edge of the city, directly below the massive towering colophon.
Okay. You see the big building in the distance? We're going heading that way. Come on.
Okay.
What's the colophon?
The colophon is like the
thing up on the mountaintop.
Yeah, the citadel built onto the top of a mountain, so that the cliffs almost just continue straight up into walls. It is the palace of currently the regent. Pims, you would know that is also where the Oromai barracks are, and the Simedes temple, which is a temple to Karanos, god of wisdom and lightning, but it is known as Simedes temple after the.
We might not be
queen,
welcome there.
The queen who had it built.
No, I keep avoid that.
After the last.
Okay. So you head over, and basically nestled against the cliffside, there is a fairly modest building, which is kind of like a small sandstone, fairly plain building. It does have a row of pillars around the outside, and there are a few people resting in the shade, or praying in there. And then inside, it's a lot cooler. It is. You would remember, Pims, this place was used, as well as the services for worshipping Ephara. This place was also used as sometimes as a school, and occasionally as a courtroom. Okay.
Doesn't look very prosperous. No offense.
It's more about spiritual prosperity.
Pims, you lead the way inside. Inside it is quiet and quite cool. There are some rows of stone benches. There is a statue of Ephara at the far end of the room. She is holding her massive amphora, and there is water flowing out of it into a pool at the statue's feet.
Okay. I will do whatever the kind of appropriate gestures would be for genuflecting or whatever.
Yeah. Ephara's not all that strict about it. It's very laissez-faire within the Temple of Ephara.
Okay. So, can we see any other Minotaur around?
There's no one here at the moment, but as you are looking around, and again, the interior of the temple is also decorated with friezes depicting the accomplishments of the goddess. And as you're looking around and taking this all in, one of the back doors at the back of the temple opens, and in walks a Minotaur. They are smaller than Deracles, and their fur is a kind of dull grey rather than the Deracles' ruddy fur, and rather than armour they are wearing a kind of like a white smock that looks kind of doesn't really hide the powerful muscles of their enormous sort of bullish torso.
I think that's our priest. Okay, one of us needs to go over and introduce us. So obviously that's going to be me.
He has the Minotaur has paused to look at you all. Deracles in particular.
Straight up and say, hello, are there any books in here? Really, really nice place. Have you got any books? And I'm going to look round for approval from the others because I remembered to thank you.
That's very kind of you to say so. We don't have much in the way of books. Most of the stories of the goddess are depicted here. And he gestures round at the friezes.
Okay, right, I'm off. I am going to just drink them up and leave the others to it.
Okay, fair enough.
My good priest, we have travelled from Melitis. Have we? Is that the place?
Yeah.
Via Satessa.
Satessa, and we have heard that you've been subject to some assassination attempts. Is this true?
Oh yes. Yes, I'm not very popular here. No.
Well, the reason we are here is investigating some issues to do with agents who are attempting to destabilize the various polis. Perhaps
That's what they say about me.
Could we perhaps talk somewhere a little bit more private?
Yes. Again, he looks Deracles up and down. Where do you hail from?
I'm from Melitis. Well, a little village outside Melitis.
Oh, and I'll introduce everyone by name. Yeah, just so you know who we are.
It's nice to meet you. I am Kamaxi, son of Haraxi. Please come with me. And he turns and leads you into the back room. In there is basically a pretty Spartan room with a pallet, a table, a washstand. There's a small window.
Is it a proper Minotaur-sized pallet?
I was just thinking that.
Yeah. It is a. It's clearly been made to Minotaur proportions, he. Let's see. There is a bench on here, but he sits on the pallet, which is quite a long way down for him, and gestures to the bench, and there's a stool by the table.
I'm gonna lean on the wall behind the bench. I'm gonna sort of lean up against the wall. Pims is doing so well so far.
I'm gonna just lay it all out, because I trust it.
Okay.
I'll mention about my parents being quite well known, and and also patrons of Afara and all that kind of stuff.
He listens intently and patiently, and then as you're wrapping up, he says, "So interesting. I remember talk of you, Pims the Gladiator. Yes, when I came to Akros, there was still a lot of buzz about your performance in the games.
It's nice to know people remember.
Mostly people were disappointed not to see you in the last games."
I thought you were just going to say people were disappointed.
Shut up. Yeah, well, one has other commitments. But it's good that we can bring enjoyment to the little people.
They have little people.
Well,
you didn't say that before, Pims.
I meant the population at large.
I'm disappointed now.
he is a true child of Akros, it seems. You have picked up some of the lectoys. Turns of phrase. Yes, the lectoi are very proud of their heritage, but they look down on some of us. Particularly those of us who are different to them.
What brought you here? If you don't mind me asking. Kamaxi, son of Araxi.
I came at my mother's bidding. She's the high priestess of Ephara in the Minotaur city of Scophos.
Hey.
Yes, there is a temple to Ephara there. Sadly, most of my country folk are set on conquest and battle. There are few of us who follow the goddess. Dericles, who do you follow?
I kind of follow Iras. Well, we kind of go in the same direction mostly.
It is difficult to completely shed the the desire to prove our strength
Hmm.
in battle or in other forms of contest. But there are other ways to prove our mettle. Hmm?
Heracles, do you remember that vision you got when we were mucking around with the basilisk blood?
Yeah.
Was that not worth mentioning? Eh?
No. Probably not. That was just
Okay.
That was, yeah, it's just nothing.
Well,
Well, I might have been able to. This one might be able to, shed some light on it.
Yeah. Well, probably, but no. Well, I just see the occasional sort of cloud minotaur kind of visions. Probably just Mogus doing evil stuff that, trying to get me to do bad things. Like probably all minotaurs get that kind of thing.
Chris, you know the two Loom sisters that we met?
yes.
Do they look similar?
They were both Nyxborn.
Yeah.
Well, were they actually sisters? Did they have like a familial?
Oh, I see what you mean. No, they did look distinctly different. Let's see.
Are there any? Would there normally be lots of Nyxborn in Akros?
They're fairly common. Well, no, they're not.
Excuse me.
Sorry, they're not
I'm
common.
definitely not common.
There are. It is well known what the Nyxborn are. It is. It's common to see one or two in any of the Polias, but it would be uncommon to see a lot of Nyxborn.
Yeah.
But they make up maybe, I don't know, like 5-6% of the population.
Okay. I'm just wondering about I want to ask Kamaxi if he's seen
Nyxborn.
Well, we actually know her name as well, don't we?
Yeah, Ptolemy. But I assume that he's hanging around with an alias or just hiding. But it's worth asking.
I think I may know the woman of whom you speak. I have,
Oh?
yes, a Nyxborn woman. She wears
Probably quite well to do.
She wears scale mail armor beneath her robe.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
She, I have seen her accompanying the heads of some of the Lectoi households.
Ooh, don't tell me. The Raptis, the Capis, and is it Dino?
Andino, yes. The Andino family. What did you say, Raptis and Kappas?
Yes.
I may have seen her with them. I think so.
That sounds about right, guys.
It was unusual because she is clearly not of the Lectoi herself. She did not wear her family crest.
No, well, she wouldn't.
Hmm.
But we've been told that the Raptis family were the ones who organised the assassination attempts against you.
They are influential. Hmm.
So maybe she has something to do with that too.
I am
When was
here.
the most recent attack?
Sorry?
Sorry?
When was the most recent attempt?
It was maybe a couple of weeks ago. There have been
Do you mind
attempts
if we
before.
asked how? How did they attempt?
Some ruffians broke into the temple at night and tried to kill me in my sleep.
Well, that was sloppy work. Sorry.
Luckily, I am not that easy to kill. I may worship Ifara, but I still know how to handle myself.
Can you just bear with me 1 second, Ikamaxi? Thank you. And I'm just going to go back to the door.
You're going to shout for Hester because it's all got really quiet out there.
I'm just going to check that Hester's okay.
Yes, sorry.
Yes,
Hester,
I'm fine.
Yeah, you are enjoying following all these stories. Some of them are hard to, a little bit tricky to make out exactly what's going on in some of the pictures, but you're beginning to piece it together.
Pims,
Oh.
are you going to go and drag her back
Where
in?
did you go?
Hester, are you okay?
Where did you go?
Well, we've just gone through this door here. I was just chatting with the priest.
Oh, I didn't know you'd left. I'm sorry. I've been
It's
having a
not
look.
our problem, really. We walked off on you. Very sorry.
It's all right. I've been thoroughly enjoying these
Yeah,
beautiful
you can
pictures.
later if you want to just keep searching.
No,
around.
I'll come in with you. What's the sitch?
I'll fill her in. Come on.
Okay. You'll actually have to fill me in as well because I was looking at the pictures.
Okay. Well, tell you what, you'll pick it up.
Well, no, we can do it quickly. We can go.
You
The
know,
assassination attempt was at night. They came and a group of ruffians tried to kill them. Tried to kill him.
ID on Ptolemy, the third Loom sister.
Yeah, it looks like she's aligned herself with the disloyal Lectoi factions.
Or made them disloyal in the first place, maybe.
Yeah,
Oh.
probably. That.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain that they were already unhappy. The Lectoi have been railing against the Regent for 2 decades, nearly. Ever since the King and Queen disappeared.
We need to really speak to the Regent.
Huh,
Is that something you could be able to help us with?
I'm
I know.
afraid
Oh, help back. We need to speak to the flame speakers. I
I
think.
have very little sway in the city, but I will help you as best I can.
Yeah, I think we need
I'm-
to see the head of the Oromai, wasn't it? To be able to get a meeting, if I remember rightly.
The Oromai protect the palace, yes. I do know that the Regent stays sheltered in the palace most of the time, but occasionally leaves to go and visit a flame speaker in the mountains. But she is well guarded on those journeys.
Well, we're not expecting to attack her or anything. We want just to
I-
talk to her.
Yes, I don't think that approaching her while she is on her way to see the flame speaker would be the ideal way to approach. Your story is interesting. If you know of a plot against the polis, I'm sure the Regent would be interested. The Regent has held the polis safe and secure in the absence of the King and Queen against the protestations of the Lectoi for nearly 20 years.
Sounds like the Regent's doing a good job then.
I would say so.
So, why do you think they organised this assassination attempt against you in particular? Because it might not be that you're a minotaur, it might be to do with the goddess that you serve, or it might be that you are close to discovering something about them.
I came to Akros to spread a message of peace between the people of Akros and Scoffos.
What happened to the priestess before?
I'm not entirely sure. I think she retired.
Right.
She was becoming quite elderly.
Ah, right. So it wasn't that she was assassinated.
No. No,
Okay.
definitely not. No, it
And
is
what
not.
you
It is my. I am unpopular, partly because I am a minotaur, partly because I preach a message of peace with the minotaurs. The Lectoi are unhappy with the regent because under her rule, raids against the territory of Scoffos have been much reduced. Some of the Lectoi send their warbands out, despite policy, I have discovered.
Well, this place looks really well defended. What are they worried about?
I think they are afraid of our strength, perhaps of our numbers. They need not be, if we could mend the wounds, but if our warriors continue to fight each other in the Badlands of Phoberos, it will continue to breed ill will between our peoples. I must admit, it is an uphill struggle. I have made little headway.
So what does the rest of you lot think? Do you think going up to the Flame Speakers and waiting there for the regent, so maybe the Flame Speakers could introduce us? Or do you think to try and speak to the head of the Oromai, whoever that is? Or just sneak our way in? What do you think?
Chris, it's a bit of a
Yes.
long shot, but have I been told any stories by my parents about secret ways into the palace or into the
Oh, let's see, would they? I don't think they would have told you anything like that. They would have told you stories of Akros. Probably, though, they would have. Let's see. They would probably have told you stories of the prowess of gladiators in the games and so on. They probably, now that you think of it, listening to Kamaxi talk, you realise that they never really told you about this ongoing skirmishing between the Akroans and the Minotaurs of Scoffos. So you find it a little bit surprising to hear that there is such bad blood between the two races. Do you want to make an insight roll?
do, but I'm not very good at it.
Have a go.
That is a 14.
Okay. You think they were probably they were just trying to protect you.
Yeah.
They didn't want to upset you by telling you stories of the glorious slaughter of minotaurs on the plains of Phobos.
Yeah.
So, they did talk a lot about skirmishes against Cyclops in One-Eyed Pass, though. Oh, I have been in the polis for months now, and I have not been able to secure an audience with the regent. I think that she would be a sympathetic ear, but the Oromai will not allow me to have an audience.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Do you need anything else? Are we alright to come back and speak to you?
I will be here. If I haven't been assassinated by then already. Ha ha ha.
Watch out for that, yeah.
Oh, they'll have to try harder than they did.
Okay.
I'm older than you, young Minotaur, but I can handle myself.
I'm sure you can.
Well, we won't take up any more of your valuable time. Come on, let's get moving. Let's find
Okay.
some way to discuss
Okay.
our next step.
Okay.
I feel like a mid-morning snack / picnic is in order.
Time to eat again!
Keep our strength up.
Hester,
Yeah.
I think either you or I are going to have a small pouch of stuff that we can feed Pims now and again.
Yeah, just a constant supply.
I don't know if you've noticed, but that's like the most amount of like interaction that I've done since we all got together. It's
Yeah.
brain. It makes me extremely hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
Right.
lot.
We're very proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, home
And he
turf.
did it with his shirt on. Hester.
That I'm very grateful for. Well done, Pims. Good job.
Yeah.
Okay. So where are you going to go now? Are you going to go back to the inn, or are you going to?
I think we should go and have a look at this. Go and find these Oromai. Try and get a meeting with the regent, because we've got letters from. We've got documentation, haven't we, from Akros?
We do have yeah. But on the other hand, I mean, we've got an idea where this Ptolemy is. Why don't we just go straight?
Well, we don't know exactly. We just know that she's aligned herself with 3 different of the lectoi. So she could
Wasn't
be
she
anywhere.
mainly hanging around with the last one?
The
and-
Raptors.
Who were they?
Well, these leptoids. Do each of them have a headquarters?
The they
Or
have
more
they
loose
usually
associated?
have compounds within the city. So most of the biggest families will have kind of like a whole sort of like block of the city that is dedicated to them, and sort of like multiple houses and their own sort of like their own barracks and training grounds and so on.
Yeah.
And there's 3 different families, and if we get the wrong one first,
I feel
then
like,
she'll find out.
I feel like a stakeout is in order.
You're just hungry. Anything to do with food.
Okay, I'm going to have to annotate the map for you a bit as we go between sessions to mark up some of the places.
Can we take a quick break?
Yeah, should we have a quick pause while you think about your next steps, and we will reconvene in a few minutes. See you then.
Cool.
And welcome back. Right then, we are actually. I'm going to switch over to the map view because the party have heading back out into the city. You are able to ask around. Pims, you are beginning to remember some of the details of the city now that you're here, and you recognise bits and pieces, and you're going sort of like, oh yeah, you remember the whole thing of like different rival lectoi territory and having to avoid certain areas of the city if you didn't want to get like bullied.
Other people can't avoid it.
Yeah. Well, you could hold your own. You would sometimes deliberately wander into like Capas territory if you wanted to get in a fight, because they were really keen to bully people who weren't part of their family. But right, let's switch to that view and then adjust it slightly. Can I zoom in a bit? There we go. I'll just move that over so that you can see what's going on. Oh, I can't get it. I can't move it over to the...
Yeah, the quality of the town planning in Akros is very impressive.
Those are approximate zones. I'll just see if I can move it over actually. In fact, what I might do is bring that across because I can move that a bit easier. Right, so there we go. So I can move that, and then you can see all of the areas of the city. Right, so the ones, basically the three that are whose home territory, as it were, is closely around the Temple of Iroas, which is built on a massive rock outcrop in the centre of the polis. Are Capas, Raptis, and Andino. These are the three who are the three powerful families who are constantly working to undermine the regent. The families of Lycaos and Dracos are slightly less powerful, but they are loyal to the regent. There are a multitude of smaller families as well who have less influence in the polis, and the three legions, the three different divisions of Stratians, which are make up the polis garrison, are drawn from all of the different lectoi families. They make up the Oromai, the city guard, the Alamon, the outriders, and the third one, whose name I forget, but they are basically the heavy infantry. But no, I don't have the information to hand. I forgot what they're called. Anyway, it's not relevant at the moment. Mostly around the town, you are seeing the just the Oromai. You haven't seen any Alamon since Damon left you. Okay, so there you have a visual guide to the political landscape, as it were. What are you going to do?
I think we should stake out the Raptis area. Have a look around, see if we can spot any, safe houses, kind of type of place where maybe Ptolemy might be stowed away.
Okay.
Did we think it was Raptus, or was it Andino that was the...
Yeah, it was all. It was three of them: Andino, Raptis, and Capas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Well, the thing is, are we near to the entrance to the colophon?
No.
Is it not worth going up that way? No.
Well, I suppose you sort of are, but there is a kind of
It's all local.
narrow flight of steps that leads up the side of the colophon, and into the Oromai barracks directly. You have to pass through the Oromai barracks to get into the inner courtyard there, and that is where Simede's temple and the palace are based.
Is it worth going to just the Oromai to see if we can get an audience, and then go off and do the stakeouts? No, or do you want to wait?
We could do, but I think they're likely to just say that they'll take the information to the region. I mean, we do have the proof in Pims's diplomatic pouch, but I don't know whether that will be enough to get us an audience.
No. Well, I just, I'm okay with staking stuff out and things, but I was just thinking if if you're not as stealthy.
Well,
you don't want to be on the wrong
that he
end
might be able to
of,
get us an audience.
Say that again? Sorry.
Didn't Damon think that he might be able to
I'm
get
sure
us an
he said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we haven't seen him though, have we yet?
No, but we did. I mean, we did do some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, he
to
did
save
say he
him
was
and
going to
everything.
try for us.
We did. Did we arrange for when he was going to meet up with us again?
He was going to come and see us at the inn, wasn't he, at some point? Maybe his cousin might know. Wasn't it his cousin who runs the inn?
His uncle?
His
Something.
uncle.
I don't know.
We can get him to leave a message or whatever, or I don't know.
Well, if we're going past it to go to... Which one did you want to stake out first?
Oh, I don't know. I was thinking the Raptors, but
No, yeah, that sounds a good one.
we could
But
just
we can,
choose-
so if we go past the inn, we can just leave a note there.
When you say stake out, what does that really mean? Do we just wander up and down the streets and hope that we see her, or?
Well, I suppose it's it's not really a stakeout. It's more of like a kind of just wander around.
Reconnaissance.
Wander around, hope someone tries to kill us, and thus revealing their hand.
Hey,
Yeah. It could work.
It worked in Melitus.
Foolproof plan.
wander around until one of us gets turned into a pincushion.
Unless Shade goes around pinning up posters saying that she's forming a Nick Sporting Club and anyone wants to join.
Nah.
Work.
I don't know. I mean, how do you?
You remember the other one the last one we killed?
Should we look-
No, actually, tell a lie. This is like, I'm trying to think because we killed one in Melitus, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then there was the one at the
The
at the end of the Nessian Woods. Did we actually kill them, or were they the
No,
one that killed
she set
Satessa?
some horrible creature on us, and she was the one that we killed as Satessa.
Satessa. Yeah, so the one we killed in Satessa knew about us. And the one we killed in in Melitus knew about us.
So this one's
So,
going
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Mm.
It suggests maybe we should just hang around and wait for them to move. Because they will.
Yeah, that could
Yeah.
work.
Hey, how about if we find a nice little alfresco restaurant and just sit out on a table, being very loud?
Well, the other thing to do is maybe go and do some fighting in the arena and get people starting talking about you.
I can't believe
Yeah.
even your conspiracy breaking plan is a picnic.
Yeah.
I'd draw them out, wouldn't it? You know. I don't know. Can we just at least just search around and see if there's any sign of Ptolemy? You know.
Is there anything to do with this other temple up there? The
Which-
Eros one, because it seems to be in
Eros.
the center. Yeah, it seems to be in the center of those three.
You would know
Districts,
that Eros is the god of victory in battle. He is the god of honorable battle and single combat, heroism. Which
Okay,
is
we're
why,
keeping these two well away from that place.
which is why the
Hester?
Eroan Games are named after this god.
Honourable battle.
Yes, honourable
No.
battle.
Shooting them from behind a column.
That's honourable. In my way.
Let's see.
And maybe if we went up to the temple, then we'd be able to see all of those areas and see if anything was going on. Because it's up on a mini hill,
Come on,
isn't it?
Pims, you know about this area. Would you have, when you lived here before, would you have gone through any of these areas? Is there something there that, that they're known for, that we could, like with the Raptist, that we could go and visit, or?
I don't know. Would I know, Chris?
Yeah, well, you would know they're not private compounds. Each family will have a kind of a household that is a walled compound, but the family will have an extended family tree living around that compound, and so these areas are not private property. People pass through all the streets, going to and from other locations all the time. So yeah, you are free to move around this area, but yeah, the families sort of do have hoods, as it were.
What I mean is there anything like you would go to that area for? Say Raptist, would there be somewhere that... Is it just
Oh, I see what you mean.
people's houses, or is there, shops or something that they're known for that we could go and use as a ruse?
Let me identify that for you. Cancel.
Or are they just boring nobles who sit around and not doing a lot?
Okay, let's see. Andino. So, Pims, you would, from your time around here, you would know that the Andino family are highly militaristic. They are the vast majority of that family go into service with the various Stratian divisions. They're very keen on military power and expanding Akroan territory. Capas, they're famously not the smartest family in town. They are, most of them are big and strong, and they're mostly bruisers. They're not as well disciplined as the Andino family, but they still put a lot of warriors into those ranks. The Raptist family are kind of more famous for their cunning. They are a bit more involved in politics. They tend to, members of that family tend to end up as officers in the various Stratians. Lycaos tend to join the Oromai. They are fiercely loyal to the regent, and most of that family join the Oromai specifically to protect the colophon and the polis. And Dracos, again, not the smartest. You would recall, actually, thinking about it, that Dracos, they have the boar emblem, which Damon also had. It's possible that he is a member of the Dracos family.
You know, it's mostly likely to be the Raptors. They're the
That
ones
sounds.
who get involved with politics. They're the ones who usually end up in the upper echelons of the military. I mean, they really should be the ones I think we should check out first.
Okay.
Cool.
I will also note.
Down.
I think we should just have a sniff around.
Mhm.
You know, get the lay of the land, see what's going on, and then afterwards we can try and see if we can get an audience.
House Raptis emblem, you would remember, Pims, is a horse head. Okay. I should put little emblems on the map as well. I'll do that for next week. That'd be helpful. Okay, so you are going to go and nose around the Raptis areas of the polis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You okay with that, Hester?
From
Absolutely, yeah.
Are you going to stay at ground level, or are any of you going to go up to the temple?
I think ground level. Hester, is there any kind of? Right. You know, you do your wavy hands and things happen.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can do that'll help? You know.
Well,
A little jiggery pokery.
yeah, the only spell I've got prepared that might be helpful is I've got clairvoyance, but I'm not sure at this point it's going to be of much use. So it's an invisible sensor, and I can choose to either hear or see what's going on there as if I were actually there. It lasts for 10 minutes. I can be up to a mile away from it, but I would need to place it somewhere that I know would be useful.
Oh, well, that could be handy.
Yeah.
Could be-
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So we've got that. We've got that in the bag. Should we be able to use it? At the moment, there's nowhere helpful to put it.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
Cool. Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, let's go and have a look.
Okay.
Okay. You head over to Raptis territory. Yeah, pretty soon you notice that the Oromai that you pass in the street are tending to have horse head emblems on their armor rather than any of the other signature animals, and you're fairly confident that you're well within Raptis territory. It doesn't look particularly different to any other part of the city. It is clearly a well appointed part of the city. Everything it is certainly a lot cleaner than like the outskirts where you visited Pim's Flophouse. Everything is well kept, neat, tidy, pretty well disciplined. There are still people milling up and down the streets and so on. So, and there are shops here and so forth, presumably run by members of the Raptis family. What would you like to? Are you just going to sort of like wander up and down and hope?
Yeah. Does there anywhere look like it's kind of deliberately being guarded, or anywhere that looks kind of closed up?
Okay. Yeah. There is the main family household is a walled compound, not dissimilar to your family home, Pims, in Melitis. At the right against the cliff at the base of the Temple of Eros.
Yeah. Wait, it's not a clubhouse.
Sorry?
Wait, it hasn't got a clubhouse.
It's Yeah, it's smaller actually. That's the other thing about Akros is that everything's a little bit more compact than Meletis, which, although it's built up the side of a hill, it's able to kind of like expand outwards. So it has been able to kind of like sprawl across the hillside, whereas Akros is kind of hemmed in by the mountains and the limitations of the plateau it's built on. Everything's a little bit tighter from a civil engineering perspective. So you can, let's see, you can see that area is guarded heavily, and Pims, you would know that you can't just walk into somebody's private household. That would be rude, and in Akros, almost certain to start a fight.
Oh, let's do it.
Now, we're just here for reconnaissance. Yeah? Not stabby. Looky.
This is such a wonderful role reversal. I love it.
Go up and say we've got a message for Ptolemy.
Oh, that's bold.
Ooh.
Okay, are you...
If we had a short rest.
Yeah.
If we had a short rest, I'm just saying if.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I could then use a disguise kit, because it's not something I can use at the moment, but it will be after a short rest.
Hey, I've got a disguise kit.
Sorry?
So I can use it. I've got a disguise kit, I think.
Yeah, I was just thinking though, being Nick spawn, that maybe I could make myself look more like what's the name from Sutessa that we killed?
That's a good idea. I've got a disguise kit, so you can borrow it if you like.
Okay. Are you going to do this in the street, or what are you going to...
Go to a restaurant and just kind of sit down and maybe take a rest there for lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be good for lunchtime, surely.
Okay. Back to picnics. Yeah, you can find a.
We've been on picnics. It's now adventuring and fine dining.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, you can find a. You can find a tavern. Actually, to be honest, here in this district, there is a very smart tavern that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go. You can go to.
Right.
You can go to that. Okay.
As nice as that sounds, maybe we should. As nice as this place looks, maybe we should go back to the inn because then Damon can find us.
Well, that makes sense. How far is it?
It's not far. It's a couple of blocks, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
suppose. Yeah, I guess.
Look, we can come back another time, right?
That's a very nice restaurant, though.
I know.
Are you? Yeah. So, are you going to go to the inn or back to the inn or?
Yeah, back
Yeah,
to
it's
the
not
inn.
far, is it?
Okay. Okay, you
Can you,
head
Derek, please?
back to the inn.
Right. So.
Is
As
that-
you arrive.
is-
Sorry, carry on.
Sorry, is that all right with you, Derek, please?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Just checking.
Dericles, you notice
If-
you're getting a lot more black looks from
I was
people.
going to say, if these are the ones that hunt the minotaurs, maybe I'll not be welcome at the restaurant.
I'm going to keep standing between Dericles and the people who are glaring at him.
Around here, it's most people, either giving him a wide berth or deliberately barging into him.
Hester,
Oh,
stop running
oh.
around in circles.
Oh, every time, every time I spot someone do that, I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy so that they've got an unpleasant whispering in their ear. Back off.
Okay. They
Just nothing that directly.
You're drawing attention to us.
first
No.
Trying
first
to lie
person to do
low.
that. You do that to sort of like scrabbles at his ear and then like turns round and looks at Dericles, and backs away a bit and then turns and walks away briskly.
Good. Just
Derek probably won't pay
whispery.
much attention to these people, and I would imagine that most of them who try to barge into him will just bounce off him. But
In fairness, yeah, there is actually. Let's see. Okay, no, that's all right. There's one like young Stratian tries to barge into you. Doesn't have the body weight to pull it off, and like basically sprawls on the floor, embarrassed.
oh, I'm sorry. Are you all right? I'll offer to pick him up. Offer a hand.
He scowls at you, scrabbles away, picks himself up, and marches away.
I'm going to grab his arm. The polite thing to do is say thank you. I'm going to try and intimidate him.
Okay, make a roll.
That is 14 plus intimidation. Oh, 15.
Okay. Okay. He recoils from your fierce expression, pulls his hand away, and spits. I do not apologize to Hornheads.
I'm going to use my daunting roar, whatever it's called, to scare him. I am feeling very protective of Dericles. He died twice.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Let me just double check.
I'm just going to roar at him. Daunting roar.
Okay, let me just double check what that does.
It must succeed on a wisdom saving throw DC 13 or become frightened of me.
Okay. Right. Creatures of your choice within 10 feet. Yep. Okay. He's already pulling away from you, but as you roar, he kind of like throws himself backwards, sprawls in the dust again, scrambles up, and like flees down the street.
Yeah, I'm going to chase him.
Wait, the street has gone deathly silent. Everyone has stopped to watch you.
Okay, I'm chasing after him because he did not apologise yet.
Can we grab onto Dericles? Can we grab onto her?
Okay, initiative. And I think how we can do this. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll do initiative because I think sort of like the fact that you roared is going to clue people in that you're getting carried away. So they do have the option to beat you to the punch. Jill, what have we got initiative wise?
17.
17. Jill?
15.
15. Okay. Mark, what did Dericles get?
2.
I shouldn't need to ask, really, should I?
Why did we even roll? It's always the same order.
What have we got for Pims?
9.
9.
It's always the same order.
This is uncannily consistent. Okay, so Shade, you can see Hester kind of like locked onto this guy who's now sort of like scrambling to escape. I'm just going to roll initiative for him as well. Okay. Okay,
right.
So Shade, you go first. What are you trying to do?
Ooh, do I grab hold of Hester or do I shoot him? I grab hold of Hester.
Okay. That's the entirety of your action.
Yeah, I'm going to grab hold of her and at the same time go, we're on a stakeout. we're meant to be.
I'm gonna say, I was just trying to get him to stand still and behave himself. I don't know why he ran away. I am going to cast.
You're scary.
Because
at this moment in time.
Yeah. Well, I
Okay.
was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast command and say approach.
On this fleeing
Yep.
fellow. Okay.
Yep.
Um,
Wisdom 14 save.
Shade, are you allowing her to cast a spell because you're holding onto her arm at the moment?
I am.
Let me just double check what.
It's verbal. It's not.
Is it verbal only?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, you
Yeah,
can.
I just didn't want to rush it off.
Yeah. Okay.
you know.
You can.
That's
In enemy territory. I'm not holding on to her tightly. I was just sort of.
Command her.
Yeah.
Wisdom 14.
Okay. He stops in his tracks and turns and walks slowly back towards you. There
Excellent.
is sweat running down his forehead now.
As
He
well there should
is
be.
looking terrified as he approaches your group. There is
Speak to him.
a crowd at each end of the street now. You are being watched by about 100 people.
So you are going to say sorry to my friend. You do not make decisions about someone based on what they look like. This is not how we do things. You are going to say sorry.
Do you want to make an intimidate roll, please? Let's see. I'm going to say with advantage, given the circumstances.
Uh, 17.
17. Okay. Yeah. He stammers. I am sorry.
Thank you
It's
very
all
much. Are you happy with that, Dericles?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay, I'm going to pull a piece of honeyed ham wrapped up
Are you gonna slap it
in
with
my
it?
bag. I'm going to pass him it and say, peace offering. There you go. Be on your way.
Are you releasing him from the command spell?
Oh, while you've got the command spell, can
Yeah.
I
Oh.
pick his pocket while you're talking to him?
In front of 100 people?
You can certainly try. All it does is make him come towards me.
Yeah. And he has now approached. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say he has complied with the spell now. He stares at this pork loin in his hand and back at
Just
you, and then he backs away and walks quickly off. The rest of the crowd are still standing around watching you. Shade, did you want to try to pick his pocket?
Oh, now I was bored standing there.
As he walks off, I'm going to turn around to Hester and I'm just going to go.
Can I push all of them? Can I
Apparently-
cajole all of them away from here? Because we're trying to be stealthy, and
Lay low.
I'm gonna cry.
Found
Let's stick it
Hester's.
out. Chest the
with-
ground. I mean, what are you doing?
I am not happy with the way Dericles is being looked at here. He is an honourable, decent guy,
He is.
and I'm not having it.
Did that guy
Just
say
because
thank
of
you
how
for
he
the
looks.
food?
Don't get it back! No!
He's gone
Hester.
into the
Ripley
crowd
picks
now.
the biggest wooden spoon.
Hester, next
Yeah.
time, why not just say something and I'll, I don't know. I'll stealthily kill him for you, but
I didn't want to kill
well-
him. I just wanted
No,
him to
but-
have some manners.
There is-
we're meant
there
to be
is-
quiet and stealthy.
Shade,
As
as you
the
say
film-
that, several Oromai walk towards you from the edges of the crowd. You are,
Chris?
yeah.
I wanted to, like, just before you said that, I wanted to basically have a scan around to see if any kind of people have clocked who we are and are walking away in a kind of I'm going to tell somebody what I've just seen kind of way.
At the moment, no, nobody is
Okay.
nobody is leaving. But
Right.
a number of Oromai in wearing blue trimmed armor with horse head emblems on are pushing through the crowds and converging towards
Ooh,
Shade,
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
who has just announced her.
Who said that was going to be loud?
You
I didn't
are
say it was loud. It was just a...
The street is silent and everyone is staring at you.
Okay.
So they can hear everything that you say to each other.
It's a turn of phrase. I'm not from round here. It's a turn of phrase. It's a Nick's thing.
Good afternoon, officers. Just a misunderstanding.
What is occurring here?
Everything's fine. Nothing really. Just a misunderstanding. Everything's fine.
Right, well,
It's not fine.
take your
No.
animals away.
Esther.
Excuse me?
We haven't got any animals.
Excuse me?
God.
You want to try that one again?
He looks you in the eyes.
Help.
Okay. I'm going to take Hester by the arm and Frog Marcher in the opposite direction to the officers.
I
Yeah,
strongly
Heracles, I would
suggest you
go.
let me go.
Just.
I'm gonna. Can I use some persuasion on these?
Oh.
Yeah. What do you want to say? What are you going to say to them?
I can say to them. I'll just say to them that we're here from south of the Nessian Wood, and so we've come a long way. And we're not meaning any harm. We're just going to go back to our
Well, we're not,
our
but they
dwellings.
clearly are. They just
Yeah,
called
no.
us animals. They just called us animals, Shade. Are we really? Is this?
Pims, take it further away.
Shh. It's all calm. Be calm.
So yeah, do you want me to roll some persuasion?
Yeah, go on. Make a persuasion roll.
I was just
Derek-
thinking if they knew Ptolemy, then it's natural 20.
Oh wow. Okay.
That maybe saying that we were from south of the Nessian Wood, or that I was,
Mhm.
that they might think I was another Loom sister. Just an idea.
Oh.
And that they might leave us alone then.
Mm-hmm. He okay, and you rolled a 20.
Natural 20.
A natural 20.
A natural 20.
A natural 20. He looks at you and then does a double take and says, "Keep your friends under control."
Right, I'm gonna...
And he steps back.
Yeah.
You have one chance to leave.
We're leaving. So, Deracles, you coming? Let's take Hester away.
Yeah. Deracles
And-
reached his 2 on his initiative now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna have
I'm
to
gonna-
teach these lot of thieves
Very good.
cam is all I can say. It'd be a lot easier.
I want to cast Thaumaturgy, and I'm going to make the ground underneath this
Hand
person
over a mouth.
rumble.
Whoa!
Too late, I've done it, Pims. I've done it. My initiative's higher than yours.
Yes. What were you casting Thaumaturgy to do?
Oh,
To
flip.
make the ground underneath him just kind of tremor. Harmlessly, it won't knock him over, it's just...
No. Okay. Are you looking at him when?
Yeah, I'm
when
making
you...
it very
Okay, so
clear.
yeah, you're
that it's
looking back
coming
over
from
your
me
shoulder.
as I'm being dragged away.
You're looking back over your shoulder, glaring at him, and so okay, yeah, he feels the tremor beneath his feet. His scowl kind of deepens.
I'm just going to smile at him and let Pims cart me off.
Okay, Pims, the crowd parts as you approach, and
Great work, Hester. Great work.
and
Thank you very much.
They watch you go. Okay. Where are you going now?
Back to the inn, so I can.
I'm heading back to that. I'm just walking back to the inn.
Okay. So yeah, you are.
What are you doing?
See the way you're treating Dericles. What the hell?
Sometimes you just gotta suck it up.
Do you really? Has it
Yes.
happened to you?
Hester,
On
you
the job.
Has
Hester,
it
you
ever
step
happened to
it
you?
up and then you kill them later.
Probably. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I don't want to kill them. I
do.
just want them to.
alone.
All I'm looking for is a bit of civility and decency in people.
You won't get it from them. And to be honest, once they're dead, they'll be very sorry.
Well, in that case, I will make them be civil. I do not want to kill them. They are not calling us animals.
Look,
Are they
we
calling us
knew.
animals?
We knew.
Yeah,
Oh.
Dericles, they called you and me animals. That's
Really?
directly what. Exactly.
Oh,
So this guy just charges into you, and then the next thing we're being called animals. I apparently.
We did know that they weren't nice.
By the city guard as well.
Oh, yeah, but they were their faction. They were the Raptis faction of the city guard.
I bet they're
And-
some of the ones that sent people out killing minotaurs.
You know,
Oh,
and
Exactly.
thanks to your outburst, Hester, they now know that we were snooping around.
Well,
It's gonna
as far as
It's even harder to go back there and do it again.
I'm concerned, I stood up for my friends,
Yeah,
and I will do the same again and again and again because.
Look at me. Look at me.
Thank you.
That's what you need. Yeah.
you need to go. You need to. Should we find a step for her to sit and think about what she's
Yes,
done?
exactly. You're going to go back to the inn and you're going to sit down. You're going to think about what you've done.
on the bench.
On the bench.
On the
Do you want to
great-
try and make me sit on that bench? Do you want to give it a go, Pims?
It's okay, Hester. I'm going to sit on the bench and think about what I should have done, and that'll make me a lot happier.
Okay.
Right, because what I was trying to do, Hester, was these Loom sisters have all been Nick spawn, so
Yeah.
I was hoping to be able to use my disguise kit to be able to look a little bit more like the one from Satessa, and then we might have actually got some answers, because that's what we're here for.
Sure, but
If
we're
you
not here to be abused. I'm all for fighting. Bring out the weapons, but the racial slurs, I'm gonna draw a line.
So if you get killed first before we even sort out these Loom sisters,
They're not
You're
gonna kill
gonna-
us. Have you met us? They've got no chance. I pity them.
No, we're just trying to do everything on the down low.
hang on a sec. Did she have something to drink with lunch?
My milk, it was very nice.
Mm.
Was it off?
If,
Slightly alcoholic.
Can I find out if what's his face is there? Damon. Has Damon been there?
When you
Ask at the-
arrive back at the grapes and bench, inside you find Damon is there chatting to the landlord, innkeep, hotelier. I'm not.
Family
and
member, I think
he-
is better.
Yes, Yeah, his cousin.
Yeah.
He turns to you and says, it's good to see you. Are you all right? You seem a little flustered.
Don't ask. Look, you need to get us
Well,
in to see the regions. Sorry to be short with you, I just want to know.
that is what I came to tell you. I have arranged an audience for you.
Brilliant.
Okay,
Yes,
Okay,
I was
good
surprised, but
that's good news.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn to Hester and I'm going to say, you're a very lucky kitty cat.
No, Hester, you did the right thing just at the wrong time.
Damon is looking backwards and forwards between you.
Ah.
I am casting Spirit Guardians, and
No.
suddenly a whole swathe of parchment starts like as if it's blowing in a breeze round me.
Okay.
And I am protecting everybody from them except Pims.
You just don't.
I'm gonna,
Okay.
I'm dumping
Stop
my
being so dramatic.
my whole water canteen over her. 'Cause I'm just-
Damon and his cousin retreats behind the bar. Let's see. Shall we have initiative again, just to get the order of events right here? Okay.
Okay.
Where have I put?
13. I think it's 13.
Okay, so 13 for
that's
Shade.
right. Actions. Yeah.
Hester,
13.
you kicked this off with casting your spell, so you went. You get your. That was your free action.
And then I rolled a 19.
Then you
Oh,
rolled a 19. Wow. Okay. Pims,
16.
16. Okay, and Dericles?
Looking trend.
3.
You need new dice.
He's always looking out the window.
I do get a +1 to my initiative as
You know
well.
what? Oh, it would be so good if somebody went back through our episodes and made a super cut of all of Dericles' initiative rolls.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
so Hester, you have cast this. Basically all these pieces of parchment with surprisingly sharp edges, kind of like whip into existence around you, swirling around your form, weaving in between all the rest of the party, but cutting into Pims's exposed skin. So, what are you doing next?
Well, for my next action, I am going to protect Pims from the parchment, but I'm going to keep it up.
Okay.
So you can choose who is protected and
Okay.
who isn't. So I'm going to add the protection, and I'm going to say, Pims, respect. That's all I'm asking. I ain't no kitty cat. And I don't like being dragged. And sometimes you've got to let me get it out of my system. Sometimes I get cross. I guess maybe you guys haven't seen me get cross too much because, I wouldn't say things have been chill. But, nobody's pressed my buttons like that as long as we've known each other. Sometimes I've just got to get it out of my system, and then I will walk away with you perfectly happily.
That was a lot of information in a round.
Yeah. She speaks really fast.
Well, Also, you can designate creatures to be unaffected at the time of casting, but you can't change it during the during the
okay,
spell's
in
duration.
that case,
So you would
I'm
have to
going to
drop
shout,
it
Pims.
instead.
No, I'm going to say, Pims, get out of the way.
Okay. So that was. So Pims, you're next. So how are you reacting to this assault?
I am backing out. Backing out of
Okay,
the bar, and then outside, keep getting away from these stupid papers, and shouting, "Stop being so bloody dramatic!"
Okay. Yeah, you have to basically like retreat into the next room to get far enough away from her, and the parchment continues to swirl around the room in between everybody else.
It's this kind of behaviour that's got us in this position in the first place.
Shade, what are you doing?
I am tipping my water canister over her, unless there is a jug of water nearby that I can pick up and tip on that.
Your water
can I
can.
take damage, by the way?
Sorry?
Well,
Oh yes.
Can I take damage?
Yeah, you. Let's see. It is. On the. You need to make a saving throw. Wisdom saving throw, Pims.
Oh, that's great. Just
Yeah.
great. 9.
okay, so wisdom 14.
Yeah,
So,
so
and that's 2 attacks. So that is
3d8
cool,
radiant.
24 points of radiant damage.
Jeez.
So.
Oopsie.
Nutter.
So.
Oh no, I'm so going to pay for this.
These papers have basically the papers have there is writing on them that glows, some sort of
Are they all swear words?
script, quite possibly. But yeah, Pims's face and hands are absolutely lacerated with like hundreds of times. You can use unscarred resilience, yes.
Oh, 1. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Darren. Uh-oh.
Okay, so Shade, yes, your water bottle is the closest thing to hand. You are able to.
I'm going to tip it on her to give her a bit of a shock.
Okay.
And if I can as well, say, well, hang on a second. I have a bonus action. Yeah, and just say to her, it was necessary. We will talk about this when you've calmed down.
Okay. And Dericles?
Just gonna kind of look around a bit weirded out by everything and say, that anyone else feeling a bit lightheaded because of the altitude?
Oh, God.
But not otherwise trying to do anything.
Okay. Right, Hester, it's your turn.
Right, okay, I'm going to roll to see how effective this jug of water was.
Okay.
Whether I've been persuaded to drop the spell.
Well, hopefully it just shocked you out of it.
Yes,
Is what I was thinking.
yes.
Is it a concentration spell?
No, but I was just
It
rolling to see how I would react.
It would take more than
Just
water.
to help me decide. Yeah. It's just to help me decide how
Yeah.
I'm going to respond to you. So you get through to me and I drop my spell.
Okay.
Like, oh, that was a bit much, wasn't it? Maybe I need to go apologise to Pims, don't I?
The swirling
You
papers
might need to heal him a bit.
settle
But
to the floor.
before you do, Hester, what
Yeah.
I was trying to... we were in a situation where I couldn't just talk to you. But even though your actions were the right actions, and I would have stood behind you or in front of you to kill them, whatever I was going to do. But at that point, you could have got him killed and yourself. We were in the middle of their territory, and the guards were their guards, and the city guards were their guards. They could have just killed us and...
Sure. I hear you. I hear you.
It'd be good if you'd have
And
heard
I'm
me.
sorry we did it the wrong way. We just... we just tried to get out of there without them really noticing us, and that didn't really happen.
It's yeah. It's
think
a
that-
lot to walk away from someone like that. Pardon, Pims?
I was saying, Shade had said that we were just trying not to be noticed, but that horse only bolted when you did a massive roar.
Yeah.
The thing is, right? When I'm angry, sometimes it just bubbles out of me. I've got as much control over it as I have purring. It came out, and but I absolutely own my actions. It was all me, and I should have handled it better.
Yeah, and look, can you see all these cuts I've got?
Yeah, I genuinely didn't mean to hurt you. I just thought maybe a little bit of, just wanted to unsettle you a bit. I didn't want to cause you that much damage.
Well, the other thing was, Hester, do you realise...
Do you remember the big fight we had just recently? Yeah.
Which one?
With the dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've taken more damage from you than I did that dragon.
Yeah, but it just shows how powerful you are, Hester.
They say paper cuts worse than anything.
Yeah, they're painful.
Stings like crazy.
Oh, Pims, I'm genuinely sorry. Can I heal him? Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, do you know the position you put me in, where I had to rely on Pims as the voice of reason?
Yeah, that's a bad day, isn't it? That's an aggressively bad day. Okay. I need to cast oh, have I only got a healing word? What's the one I need? Oh no!
Oh, haven't you got a healing kit?
Can we not?
I do, yeah.
Well, you can cope for a little bit until you brew something up.
Oh, but he's in pain. I can use the healing kit now, actually.
He's in a lot
and
of
apply it. It's got 10 applications.
I'm gonna do second wind so I get some hit points back.
Okay.
While we're doing this, I'm gonna. Where is Damon? Is he?
Damon is slowly rising from behind the desk.
I'll just lean over and go. Well, you know what families are like.
Please
Okay, I'm
don't
feeling
do
a bit
that
better.
at tomorrow's audience with the Regent.
I will try really hard not to.
We all we tell him what happened, where we'd gone to Raptis and what they'd said.
That morning.
Pims, you've got 8 points of healing.
Okay.
Thank you.
I used a
Damon-
level 3 spell on that.
Hey, don't look to me to say thank you.
No, don't thank me. I feel terrible.
You used
Pims,
I
to
will do better.
I'll lay
Pardon,
on
Pericles?
Pims for give him 10 hit points back.
Oh, thank you, Dericles.
In fairness, you did use a level 3 spell against him first. So
Yeah.
That is true. No, but I mean, I rolled it on level 3 and still only
Yep.
got 8 hit points because
Oh,
I've
I
not got my
Yeah.
proper healing spells sorted. So that's my bad again.
okay.
Yeah. So while
Damon's
there, we can talk to him about all the bits about the families and the
Damon
priest of the temple and
listen,
everything.
Well, if you, as you start trying to explain this, he says, sort of like, let's I will find you in your room. Please, give us some space for a moment, okay? And he ushers you upstairs while he tries to calm his cousin down. 5 minutes later,
Really?
5 minutes later, there's a knock on the door of your room.
How are you feeling, Pims, now?
Okay. I'm alright. Unscarred, you see.
There's a,
Just,
Are you going to keep one or two of the
Go
spells?
open the door.
there's a, oh, thank you, David. Please. Please, explain what is going on.
Well, that last bit was because we'd gone to the Raptis area and some idiot had decided to call Dericles and Hester animals.
And I have impulse control issues.
And we did. It was touch and go about getting out of there. But the reason we're there was because I've got sources that have told us that the Andino, the Capus, and the Raptis houses are disloyal to the regent, and the woman we're looking for is involved with them.
It's no secret that they have been campaigning to depose the regent for a long time, many years.
But they've organised these assassination attempts against the priest at the Temple of Prosperity as well.
Really? That is...
Yeah. So she is definitely doing
that is
something.
News to me. All right. Well, look.
But
I trust you. I have seen you. I have seen you fight. You have saved my life. I trust you. But everyone else in this city, they will not trust you, and especially not you, Dericles, or you, Hester. They are not used to seeing your kind within our walls, and I'm sorry to say you will probably face more hostility.
Especially if you behave like that.
Ooh,
I said I was sorry.
Leave it alone.
Okay,
right.
we can rise above it, I'm sure.
The regent, I think, will be sympathetic, but yes, the many of the lectoi think that we should not have stopped the campaign against Scoffors that the king was waging.
The king was waging the campaign.
Yes. The king was campaigning to across the Badlands to try to drive the Minotaur back to their city and, well, if possible, raise it. He was...
Was the king from any of the families, or is the royal family like separate?
The royal family...
Because it must have come from one of them at some point.
Yes, let me just check what house the royal... Sorry.
Well, it's just
No, it's a
marry each other.
It's a valid question. Okay, there we go. House... The king and queen were the last of House Leos.
And you say the king was trying to kill all the Minotaurs?
Yes. He was determined to wipe out the external threats to the polis. He was also campaigning to eliminate the Cyclops and the Returned. But
oh, that's good.
He was particularly determined to destroy the Minotaur.
That's not good.
Honestly, I am quite thankful that in my lifetime the Regent has taken a more defensive approach. Some of the lectoi think that we have allowed the Minotaur to control the Badlands, and this will ultimately result in them staging an attack upon the polis that we cannot repel, despite all of the defences. I believe that the Regent's position is that there is no need to fight with them. They are far enough away that we can leave each other well enough alone. Anyway,
What did the Queen think of all of this?
let me think. From the stories I know, this was before my time. I was only a child, but I remember my parents weeping when they heard what had happened. Let me see. The king was killed, I believe, and so the story goes, Queen Symede disappeared in a pillar of flame. If you would probably be better to ask someone old enough to remember these events.
We'll find out tomorrow from now.
The regent will certainly remember, but it may be a touchy subject for her. They are her family.
So is she actually related to them?
Distantly.
What's the regent's name?
Oh, we've got that.
The regent's name is
Taranika, wasn't it?
Taranika, yes. She has been barely holding on to control of the polis, but if the Minotaur did stage an attack, I don't know. It could precipitate dramatic political shift here.
See, this is where we worried about Ptolemy, because this is the sort of thing the Lunar Sisters are wanting. And even if it wasn't true, they could put rumours out that the Minotaurs were attacking.
Yeah, she could be being what do they call them? An agent provocateur, something like that. She'll be.
It's entirely possible.
Going and speaking to. Maybe she's riling up the Minotaur. Maybe she's just making people feel paranoid.
So when are we going to be able to go to the to see the regent?
I have arranged an appointment for you tomorrow.
Okay.
But I will caution you to try to keep a low profile until then.
Is he looking at you, Hester?
Did you just see what happened?
Yes.
Will you be escorting us?
I think I had better.
Thank you.
You know what? We're staying in for the rest of the day and we're ordering in.
Okay. I think I won't. I promise you, I won't cause any more problems.
Have you got any cards?
What?
Dice. I've got dice. If anybody wants to play.
Yeah, I've got something.
Damon will return downstairs to check on his cousin, traumatized cousin, and we will leave you there, casting around.
Can I do something?
Yes,
first?
you can.
Do you not think you've done enough?
I want to step to the side. I just want to step out of the building. I want to turn my hands palm up to the sky. And I am going to say, Heliod, I've got myself in a pickle. The temper I experienced came out of nowhere. I hurt my friend when I didn't mean to. Will you please take the power to cast harmful spells away from me and just leave me with my healing spells, please? Just for now.
It wasn't Heliod that that egged you on? You know, being hot-headed and all that. Isn't that sort of a sun god thing?
Are you there?
Uh,
Have you followed
Leaning
me
out
out?
the window. I'm leaning out the window.
Okay.
Just
I'm
saying, Hester.
gonna
okay.
finish my prayer, and I'm gonna say that was all me.
Would
I'm
you...
going to look out the window as well, and I'm going to shout, "What did I say about staying inside?"
Hester, could you make me
Yeah.
could you make me a religion roll, please?
I know my power comes from Farrakha, but I was hoping
Yeah,
that
no.
he would be able to block it somehow. I'm just looking to see what my religion is.
So the next time we get in a fight, you're going to use bad words.
Yeah, I'm gonna waggle my finger.
Bad
19.
language.
19.
19.
Okay. Okay, yeah. As you deliver this prayer, a cloud passes over the sun for a moment, and you feel a chill run down your spine, and then the sun comes out again, and you feel suffused with warmth. Okay.
It's weather. Happens to everybody.
Right.
I'm sure it was just weather.
Interesting. And we will leave you there, casting about for cards, dice, anything to entertain yourselves indoors. And
Thinking about what we did.
yes, as the people of Akros bustle around your inn, and somewhere in the sprawling metropolis, dark deeds are afoot. Okay, we will pick this up next week, with whatever happens next. So, that's fantastic. I don't
Deliberately hobbled myself. I'm not really sure.
Well, I'll tell you what. I am going to give you. I'm going to give Hester 300 bonus XP for
Hey.
her sticking to her principles in the face of all common sense.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And yeah, we will see you next week. Let's see. Please remember to like and subscribe and follow and all of those things on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and we will resume from this point on Tuesday. Thank you very much for watching.